Hi everyone, welcome back to Herky the Cavalier's channel. My name is Mai, this is Herky, this is Milton, and if you're new to our channel, welcome. Before we get started into this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Sometimes even when you're subscribed, you don't get a notification when we upload, and then it doesn't get in your subscription box and you're gonna miss our video. So please turn that bell on. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about raw diet and how to transition from a kibble to a raw diet. I'm always very interested in sharing our raw food journey with you guys, so if this is something that you guys are interested in, thumbs this video up and let me know what you would like me to go more in depth in. It will almost be 1 year since we transitioned to raw food and I couldn't be happier with the results. So I did a lot of videos on raw food so far. By the way, if you like Herky and Milton's overall outfit, which is too adorable, I got it on Amazon and I'll be linking a link in the description if you want to get an outfit. Herky is size extra large and Milton is size large. So as I was saying, it's almost been a year since we've been on raw and I couldn't be happier with our decision. The process was super easy for us and I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you on how we did it. Please keep in mind that it can be harder for some pups to go from a kibble to a raw just because the food is very different. And you shouldn't be alarmed if it takes a bit of time for your pup to get adjusted, but I understand that it's not for everybody. There are some symptoms of like indigestion and like diarrhea. Some dogs can vomit even, so those symptoms can be very scary to a few dog owners. And the first time that I tried to transition Herky over to a raw diet, she did have a lot of diarrhea, so it scared me and I stopped. But the second time around, it went super well and there was no diarrhea. So this is why I want to share my tips and tricks with you on how to transition. So there are actually two ways of transitioning your pet from a kibble to a raw food diet. So the two methods are either immediate or gradual. We opted for the gradual method, but you can also go for the immediate method, which is what most people do. So how you go on an immediate diet, even for puppies, you can do this, is you fast your puppy or your dog for 12 to 24 hours. This way you ensure that their stomach and like their upper digestive system is completely empty, so it's fully ready to receive new food. And then you serve half of the suggested portion at room temperature. The reason why they say room temperature is that when your pup's stomach is empty, it can actually cause vomiting and regurgitation when you serve cold food. So when you bring it to room temperature, it first of all enhances the aromas, but also prevents or helps reduce the risk of vomiting and regurgitation. Okay, baby, I know there's a fly. So another tip to make the transition easier, and this both applies to the immediate method and the gradual method, is to add some probiotics to their food. You can either add probiotics or digestive enzymes, and this is just going to help your dog digest the food better. You can also add some raw goat's milk, which we love to do, and also some pure pumpkin puree. This will help the stools form more firmly because pumpkin is basically pure fiber, so it's going to help your dog pass the stool easier. As for probiotics, it's just going to help your dog digest everything better. And same for digestive enzymes. As for the gradual method, which is what we opted to do, you're just slowly going to introduce the raw food to your dog over a period of 5 to 7 days. So over the days like that, you diminish the amount of kibble and you increase the amount of raw food every day for 5 to 7 days. I'm going to insert a little chart here. That's always good indication when you're starting over, when you're transitioning your dog using the gradual method. It's always good to transition using a poultry because it's really easier to digest. I would suggest either chicken, turkey, rabbit, and duck. Those are usually ew. Those are usually very easy to digest, but if your dog does have some intolerances, you could also try a protein that your dog is more tolerant to. Although I think that sometimes when pets are actually allergic to a certain protein, it could be another ingredient that is found in the kibble that they're allergic to and not the actual protein. So it's up to you to decide. So after switching from kibble to raw, your dog might experience some symptoms during a period of 7 to 14 days after you've switched, and this is totally normal. You can, your pet can experience some gas, some mucus in the stool, some loose stools, but all this is very normal. The reason why this is happening is because your dog's system needs some time to adjust. The stomach, all the digestive enzymes, the bile, everything needs to be readjusted because the food, the kibble, which is usually a carbohydrate-dense food, switching that to a protein-dense diet is very different, and your system needs to adjust in order to digest it. So the enzymes that are required to break down carbohydrates and the enzymes required to break down protein are very different. That's why your dog's pancreas needs time to adjust in order to balance the enzymes that are needed to digest the food. This is why when you add raw goat's milk, it can help the process very well because raw goat milk has those enzymes and also some probiotics that will help the entire process. So the amount of bile, which is a liquid that is found in your dog's stomach and also in human stomach, the amount of bile that's required to break down a kibble is very different from a raw food as well. So since a raw food diet is basically like close to 75% moisture versus a kibble, which is like basically no moisture, it requires a lot of moisture in order to start breaking down. So when you ingest kibble, it needs to be rehydrated before it can be broken down. So that is why there's more bile required in order to rehydrate the food before breaking it down. So that's why some dogs may regurgitate because there's more bile in their stomach and their system is used to having more bile in order to break down the kibble, and that's why your dog may experience some regurgitation. A little trick to help with this bile vomiting is to offer some dry cookie to help absorb some of that bile when your dog is feeling nauseous. I know that when Milton feels nauseous, she doesn't want anything crunchy, so I will usually offer her some sort of cooked meat. She really likes that, or like a bit of bread or a bit of rice. She really likes those kind of things, but something crunchy she doesn't enjoy when she's feeling nauseous. That's also the reason why we didn't do the immediate transition, is because Milton has quite a bit of upset stomach easily, and when she doesn't eat frequently, she does have a bit of bile regurgitation, so that's why we did the gradual transition. One thing that you may notice after switching to a raw food diet also is that your dog may seem to be hungrier more often, and that is totally normal because kibble will expand from 2 to 5 times its size once it's in your dog's stomach because, as I mentioned, the bile and everything, the rehydration, so that will create your dog the sensation of being full. Same thing as humans. When you eat a lot of carbs and a lot of food that expand in your stomach, you're going to feel full with a lot less food than, let's say, you eat just a meat and vegetables kind of diet. So your dog is used to feeling very full, and the raw food gets absorbed much quicker, so that's why your dog may ask for more food more often, and that can create sort of a hungry feeling faster. But again, this should be less noticeable after 7 to 14 days. The gut flora, which is the bacteria and the enzymes present in your dog's digestive system, will change over the course of this transition. So this is why they may experience some gas and some nausea as well. This is totally normal, and this is just because, again, all the bacteria and enzymes and everything that are required to break down a kibble versus a raw meat is different. So if your dog experiences these kind of symptoms, it's normal because the gut flora just needs time to adjust. And your dog's stomach pH will change as well. Usually a kibble will create a more alkaline environment. So when your dog's stomach will adjust, it's normal that it's going to become more acidic. And this will just create the food to break down quicker. So those were my tips and tricks on how to transition your dog from a kibble to a raw food diet. I hope this video is helpful for you. And if you have any questions about raw feeding or anything, we do have a lot of informative videos on the topic. I'll be linking everything up here. We do strongly believe that this is the best diet that you can put your dog on, so I highly encourage it. I know it's not for everybody for numerous reasons, and I do understand, but I do encourage you to at least explore the option and to get more informed on the topic. So thank you guys so much for watching, and oh my gosh, oh shit, you get to be a fly. You're so cute. You're so cute. Eat it, Milton. Eat it. Eat it. Oh. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye.